time frame correlation and a price action as well. I'm always looking at the daily first of all to guide the trade for the premise to enter. So I'm looking for signs of, in a downtrend, lower lows and lower highs, in an uptrend, higher highs and higher lows. And I use a standard deviation around the price to determine value for money as well. So in a downtrend, I want it to be in this upper half here, ideally interacting with the upper edge. In an uptrend, I would want it to be the reverse. So I'd need it to be trending upwards first of all, and for the price to be in the lower half. Having identified that on the daily, I then look to the lower time frames, which I've got to the 4 hourly, 1 hourly, 15 and 5, and I'm looking for that time frame agreement. So I want them to be doing similar things to what the daily is doing. So without much further ado, let's crack on and have a look at what we can see. So AUDCAD at the moment, this is definitely bearish. We're seeing lower lows, lower highs. Prices had been in the overbought area, had started to move away from that. And at the moment, let's just have a look at what these lower time. So the lower time frames are good. They're basically fall into the narrative that we want to see of bearishness. So 4 hourly, for example, has got lower lows, lower highs. Let's take that out. Hourly is the same. Some nice price action here. This is nicely within our standard deviation. 15.5. Yeah, they're all good. The only thing for me at the moment is there could be a bit more value for money in our 4 hourly. So this could, by value for money, I just mean moves to a higher price. So allow us to get in at a better price. I'd like to see this pull back and interact more with our upper edge of our standard deviation here. Which would allow for a short. Stops in this are a bit tricky because the most logical pace would be, on all time frames where it kind of covers all bases on all time frames would be above this previous high here. And unfortunately, that is quite a wide stop. It would mean that if we go for our stop above the previous lower high, which is this one here, we'd have a massive it would be a massive distance to our stop loss, which means that our take profit, even on a 1-to-1, is going to be around these lows here, and that's quite a distance to move, possibly even beyond it. So it doesn't really stack for me. I mean, you could enter it more aggressively and use, say, the hourly as some of the previous lower highs on there to put your stops. So rather than above this high here, which is the same as this one here, you could choose these highs here for the stop loss. But yeah, it's for me, it's just have a cycle through first of all, see what the best positions there are in the market, and then just pick 1 or 2 of them to trade in, ideally 1. So this is a maybe. There is potential to short this if this should come back and find a bit more value. You could have stops above this level or above this level. But if there's better stuff in the market, then you can always pass on that and look for the better stuff. So AUDCHF is the next one. Again, same signs of bearishness here. It's pulled back, found resistance, overbought area, it's starting to fall away. What isn't as great with this is what our 4 hourly is saying. There isn't as much congruence across the time frames. 4 hourly here is very bullish, whereas the price action we're looking for should be bearish. It's showing stealth on the hourly and 15-minute, but the deal breaker at the moment is this 4 hourly. It's still quite bullish, showing this retrace here. So I pass on that. Same story here with AUDJPY. Bearish move overall. This bullish retrace that we're seeing on the daily is represented by quite bullish movement on the 4 hourly. So when we zoom in here, it has started to break it on the 4 hourly, this move here. So recently it's come out of our standard deviation, and we can see that the hourly started to move down. Yeah, you could short this. Again, it's one of those ones, if there's better stuff out there, then I'd be more likely to go with that. So this is a maybe for me again, just like the other one. We can see as well, just in this price action, the way that if we look at the daily, it's broken some significant areas of support. So the first area to break was this area here, where we saw that support. This was the next one, so it's broken that support, and it looks like it's coming back to find some kind of zonal resistance off of it, which is good. It gives it more context to this downside. So the most conservative type of trade on this would be shorting with stops above these highs here, which is the same as the lower high on the daily, so above here. But you could more aggressively enter this using a price action on the lower time frames, such as the hourly, having stops above these types of levels or even these types of levels, which would stack, because it would mean that our one-to-one on a raw to risk would probably be around these types of levels here on the daily, which is good because it's still before these previous lows. So there is potential on AUDJPY, but yeah, personally, I'd prefer to see, let's just have a look at this. Yeah, just some pullback would be good, would be better, same as I was saying on the previous one. But yeah, it's really a case of seeing if there's better stuff out there, but there is potential in this one. AUDJPY, AUDUSD next. I would be short on this, or I'm bearish on this overall, but it's just too late in this move here for me, really, because I'd want to stop above this lower high here, but it's moved away from that, and this price action as well just needs to find a bit of value, so pull back. Yeah, this one's a bit late, so I'll pass on that for today. CADJPY, no, that is very choppy price action. CADJPY, bearish overall. Some it's good that the hourly here has broken its previous support and started to move down, and it looks like it's finding resistance off of it as well, so this is giving some more context to the downward move here. But the deal breaker, I would say, on this is the 4 hourly, which is still very bullish, representing this move that we saw here. Hasn't really broken that price structure, so I'd pass on that. Okay, so this one here is CADJPY. This is a trade that I'm in. Yeah, this is going okay. I'm happy with this. So bearish on this overall based on this price action here. The 4 hourly on this had started to break price structure on when I'd entered, so context has gone from being this upward move here to this downward move now that we're seeing. Although having just put that across there, something to be wary of. We'll just see how this plays out, but there could still be some context to this upward move here. So you can see that it's finding support of the standard deviation. So there is still something to be worried about on the 4 hourly until it starts to definitively start to break these lows here. But I'm okay with that position. There's 1% in this. These previous highs give some context as well. So should the price start to reverse and move past these previous highs, then I may consider bringing a position to break even. But really what I'd want to see in the coming hours to days is the price break lower than these previous areas of support here and move lower, and start to give context to this downward move here. More context to it, I should say. Right, and start to approach my take profit. And it is something that I'd be willing to scale into. There's only 1% in this at the moment, but with those lows being broken, it would give me more confidence to consider adding to this position and potentially moving the take profit beyond 1-to-1 as well. Definitely not moving stop loss ever, only to protect profits, not increase risk. So yeah, I would be happy to bring down stop to protect profits, so use protective stop if the price action allows, but I'm generally not I'm not moving out the stop loss to increase the risk. So it's all about protecting the capital. So yeah, CADJPY looking good. I don't see any potential entries for this just now. And addition, like if you haven't entered this already, I probably wouldn't be just looking for opportunities to enter this now, because the price action isn't right. But with a position in already, it's worth holding. So Euro AUD, bullish on this overall, but no, our 4 hourly is a deal breaker because this is still quite bearish and there hasn't been any definitive signs of the price breaking structure. The lower time frames are good. These are showing nice signs of bullishness, but it's this 4 hourly here that is the deal breaker for me. So next one here, EURCAD, bearish overall, bearish on the 4 hourly. Good signs of it on the hourly as well. We can see that it's broken through this previous support, come back, is finding resistance. Yeah, I'd be happy to short this. Let's yeah, this would be my favored entry, I think. Yeah. So let's just have a look. So I'm just going to check and see what the correlation is on with the euro. So this is EURCAD that I'm looking at here, but I want to see how correlated it is with the other currency that I'm in, which is the Swiss AUDJPY. So I'm just using a site that I use for help with that. Yeah, it's not too correlated. Okay. Okay. So I might as well take this live on screen to just calculate this out. So this is 90, and just gonna, what I'm doing as well is just checking the swaps, because if this is something that I need to hold overnight, I just want to know how expensive it could be. Swap's not too bad, it's 0.2 with my broker. So how much is this going to cost? And I'm figuring out the water risk here as well, so I know that my stop loss is going to be above here, which is about 90 pips, and you know, just eyeballing it roughly, you know, 1-to-1 will take me to these lows here. So this is well before this previous lower low on the day, on the, what would be on a daily, so this low here. So it stacks. So the next thing is just to figure out what the position size would be. So I'm willing to risk £100. Sorry, you can't see my entire screen, but I'm just using a calculate here. So divided by 900. And what's the GBP CAD? My account is in pounds. So 1.65, 1.83. Okay. Oh, perfect. All right, it's the same position I took. Same. So okay, shorting that. So just going to put this stop loss here. We can see just above here. So risking about £100, and here take profit of about 100 as well. And this is something I'll just monitor as well throughout the day. So I've got my stop in a reasonably sensible place. It's above our standard deviation, so it's outside of that. It's above our resistance as well in terms of the lower high, and this previous resistance that we were seeing here. We can see these highs here were showing you know, pretty strong resistance. It's quite zonal as well, these previous levels. So I'm happy enough that this is in a, my stop's in a sensible enough place to consider where I'd be wrong on this trade, and it would be worth getting out. My take profit is in a, you know, it's achievable, quite probable area as well. It's before this previous low, so 1-to-1. Yeah, it stacks as a trade. We'll see how that one, plays out, and I will get back to you tomorrow with an update. So let's have a look at the next one. Let's crack on a bit because this don't want this to go on too long. See how we're doing for time. All right. So yeah, sorry, Euro CHF. No, I wouldn't be in this. This is like I said, because there's better stuff that I've seen in the market, I would just discount anything else that isn't really up to par. This here, no, not great price action. No, no. No. I mean, overall it's nice bearishness, but this is a problem area here. It hasn't really broken the support on these lower time frames on the hourly. It's quite choppy, so I don't want it to break through that there. So no, no, no. This is bearish overall, I would say, because the way this has moved down, this recent move, everything else is bullish. Pretty much everything else. So no. 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 No, this is too late. This has already started. It's an extension phase here, so this needs to pull back, find some value. No. So no. No again. No. 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 And this is Bitcoin. So that's the entire market. Like I said, the a lot of the time it's just picking the best of the bunch, and I think the ones that I'm in now, the one that I've taken live position on there as well, whilst you've been watching that, are the best of the bunch today. The other stuff is just it's mediocre. It looks good, but for me, it's just picking out, you know, the stuff that really stands out, and that's where the risk goes. So for me, at the moment, if I were to open a new position today, well, I have opened a new position today. It's on the EURCAD, risking 1% overall, going for a 1-to-1 reward on this initially. I'm going to look and see how the price action plays out for opportunities to add to this. And certainly if the price does start to go adversely against me, so start to produce higher highs and higher lows, then there's still opportunity to bring it to break even. But yeah, this is that's the trade for today. Don't forget to subscribe. You can have your questions answered real time if you join the live stream. So like the video as well if this has been useful for you. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.